Hey yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Chad bringing y'all another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Simone Biles quitting on her gymnastics team event, right? So, as I've noticed when I've just been watching, the Olympics, usually the USA, we dominate in everything, right? It doesn't matter what sport it is, we usually dominate, always getting gold. If we don't get gold, rarely we get silver. This year I'm seeing that we're starting off with silvers, we're getting bronze, and barely any golds. And I'm looking around, I'm like, what could possibly be causing this? And what I keep seeing is it's it's almost that the US being so woke and saying, oh, we hate America and we're all so divisive. It's like people don't even really want to play for Team USA or at least win a gold for us. You feel me? That's basically the whole point of them being there. We have them doing the sport in the Olympics representing the USA. And for some reason, they're just not performing this year. And maybe you could say, not everybody has the best years, but it's like we've been constantly killing it in the Olympics the entire time. When I look at other teams, like let's say France versus USA in basketball, France plays as a team. They actually have pride for being part of the French team versus our USA people, we're looking for fouls because the refs back here, they always giving people fouls and calling these crazy calls and not doing their job. And everybody's trying to play an individual thing and they don't really like the USA. And it's just like, this is what happens when we don't take pride in where we're from or really want to win for the place where we're from. You feel me? So Simone Biles, she's doing her gymnastics routines and she's not performing, the way she should, and she's getting, decent scores like 13 point blah 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 or 14. And even when she's doing some of her stunts or some of her gymnastics routines, you know how when gymnastics, when you're supposed to land on your feet, not take any steps back, not do any bounces forward, and then they do like that and look around and cheese. So she's been like taking huge bounces forward, taking huge steps back, and you could tell in her face like she's completely disappointed by her performance. Now, before this Olympics, Simone Biles was considered the GOAT. She even had, the GOAT, like, I guess rhinestones or so put onto her gymnastics uniform. And so, back when you're a nobody and you perform well in the Olympics, then you become a somebody. Now that she's a somebody, people are like, oh, Simone Biles, she's, critiqued harder. They're like, oh, Simone Biles, there's a lot of expectations for her to complete these stunts and win gold and stuff like that. And so Simone's just not performing. And instead of, just being like, this may not be my year, but I'm going to just continue trying to do the best that I can and just push forward and persevere, she quits and says, I need to focus on my mental health. And in my head, I'm like, focus on your mental health? Okay, that sounds good, but this is a team event. I played sports all my life. I wrestled, I played baseball, and everything I kept hearing when I'm playing the sport is there is no I in team. Simone Biles, after her team did the whole gymnastic team event without her, they got silver, and I think Russia got first. Russia got first. I don't know about you all, but I don't want to see Russia get gold over US. You feel me? I want us to get gold and Russia get silver. So we know that, the US has still got it. You feel me? But she didn't perform because she said her mental health and she had to focus on that. So after the whole thing, once her team got silver, because in my eyes, it's like she let her team down, right? She wasn't hurt. She didn't sprain her ankle. She didn't break a leg. She was just hurt, not injured. Like they say, I watched another video by the Black Conservative Perspective, and he was basically like, him and I were thinking the same thing. Like, if this is a team event and you still can go out there and perform, you should go out there and perform because your team needs you. Even if you know, he was telling the difference basically of being hurt and being injured. And it's just like in sports. Like, it used to make me so mad when I used to play baseball for my high school and there were kids who would have to sit out the game. And I'd be like, bro, why are you sitting out? Like, we need you out there. And they'd be like, oh, well, I kind of just like sprained my wrist. And I'm like, bro, your wrist isn't broken. You can still go out there and perform. We need you. The team needs you. But because they're so individualistic, it doesn't matter. So, after the whole event happened, Simone was interviewed, and then she was like, "Yeah, I got out there, and I was just doing my thing, and I, wasn't landing some stunts and stuff like that, and then the pressure and stuff, and I just felt like, mentally, I got out there, and I was just like, I can't do it. I just can't do it, just because my mental, and I'm just going through some things, and I was just like, and then she was like, I couldn't go through it, so I couldn't, I just said I just couldn't go through it with the team, and so, I had to worry about me, so I just quit the competition.
I was like, I think the girls need to do the rest of the competition without me. And they were like, I promise you, you're fine. We watched you warm up. And I said, no, I know I'm going to be fine, but I can't risk a medal for the team. So I need to call it. And you usually don't hear me say things like that because I'll usually persevere and push through things, but not to cost the team a medal. So they were like, okay, well, if Simone says this, then we need to take it pretty serious. And so I had the correct people around me to do that. Yeah, I say put mental health first because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions to focus on yourself because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are.
And I was like, when I saw that on the news, I was like, so Simone all of a sudden found the I in team. And a part of it, people could say, oh, it's the mental health. It's she needed it. I'm glad that black women can express and have a sex. No, 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 no. We're not gonna championship quitters, man. When I would rather Simone Biles go out there with her mental health things and get decent to like 13 scores or 14 scores and maybe look up on a 15 for at least going out there and trying, even though she wasn't in the best headspace because she wasn't hurt, than just quitting on the team. Because I guarantee Simone Biles would have been the difference from that team winning silver or that team winning gold. Now, I also see people online and on Twitter and stuff like, yeah, Simone, you take that time you need for mental health. And it's like, when did the US become so soft that we started champion quitters? I don't know. I legit don't know. Instead of us being like, Simone let her team down, we're disappointed in Simone because that's what we are. We're disappointed that she didn't perform, that she quit. And it's only if she gonna keep it a buck with us, it's only because she wasn't performing the way she should have in the Olympics. And because everybody considers her the GOAT, she considers herself the GOAT, she knows that she needs to perform and the pressure is there. And to be honest, she quit this time. Let's say she comes back to the Olympics in 4 more years, right? The pressure is going to be even more on her because she quit last time, you feel me? And then they're also talking about she may not perform in the individual competition. It's just like, so now you're just an all around quitter. So you went from being the GOAT, who, even when the GOAT doesn't feel like going out there and performing, even when the GOAT is hurt, the GOAT still goes out there and plays. Kobe Bryant played on his Achilles, um, different things like that. It's like we call Kobe the GOAT, and Kobe didn't say, mentally right now, I just can't play. No, he went out there and he balled up. But there ain't no but. It is no but. That is just unacceptable, man. I just don't understand. Like, there is no I in team. You feel me? And we let someone choose the I in team, and then people praised her for it. It's like, why are we even focused? Like, once Simone Biles said, I quit the competition, we should have just not even worried about, man, I had this camera so good that you could see like speckles of like dust falling. Anyway, so once Simone Biles quit, Nobody should have spoke about her ever again because the GOAT let us down. We should have been championing all the girls that got the silver medal and giving them all the spotlight. Like, why after the competition are we even interviewing Simone? Simone, tell us why you didn't want to perform in the competition. Why are we even giving her that opportunity to talk when there are girls who performed in the competition, did their job in the competition, whether they mentally wanted to or not, and got the silver medal? Just think about it. You're in a team competition with who everybody praises, everybody calls the GOAT, and they tell you, sorry, man, mentally, I'm just not there. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So I'm going to quit this competition. As the teammates, you're like, dang, mentally, I don't know if we're going to win. Mentally, I don't know if we can do this. But they persevered and pushed through and did it. But it's whatever, man. You know, the U.S., I don't know what we have going on this year in the Olympics. Like I said, it's some woke stuff going on. It's some quitters. It's some, mentally. It's all these excuses. And I'm like, pretty soon people are going to stop watching the Olympics. I honestly bet you. But yeah, man, you know, leave your comments down below if you have any. And as always, it's been your Chad. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm out. Peace.